All right, welcome to the next episode of Just About Boxing at Jab University, brought to you by iBuild Texas. Check out our sister podcast, Jimmy's World. Both shows are available on all podcast platforms. We're back with Puro, and we got a lot to talk about. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm just catching my breath.
Yeah.
This past month and a half has been probably one of the busiest time in the amateur boxing world, where just everything is happening. Everybody from Pee Wee to our Olympic team getting in some work on major platforms at the national level, international level. So a lot of things happen in a short amount of time, and we got a little reaction as to what happened. So we'll chat about it here and go from there.
Oh, yeah. We'll just try to go in chronological order. So we're going to start with the big show because the Olympics is kind of what everybody has on their mind. We did well. I
Yeah.
think we could have did better,
hmm
but we did well overall.
Yeah. Yeah. Ended up picking up three silver, one bronze
Yeah.
in the women's division out of a team of 10. I think that's a good outing for that. And there were no audience in the actual stadium, right? It was
No.
all
Well, locals, there was
streaming
a
views.
few. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. So, but what was the biggest surprise there for you? When you started to see the team going in, we talked a little bit. We had our thoughts of who could find some success out there. What was the biggest surprise when the show unfolded?
The biggest surprise was only one medal on the women's side.
Yeah, yeah. That was and I'm put a little bit of a side note. I actually didn't get to see a lot of the bouts. We were just discussing. It was NBC. NBC owns the rights, so you had to had a television subscription, and one way or another, there was some highlights and such that I was able to catch. But the actual bouts themselves, I just don't have a subscription, and that's just how it went. But uh, going back to it, yeah, I was surprised a little bit. I had high hopes on like Naomi to get a medal, Rashida, but that just goes to show you when it's the Olympics, people they turn it up, and you gotta meet that. Uh, when it comes to it, you have to meet what the other boxers bring in, and it's gonna be their A game.
Yeah, and I'm overall let's say overall I'm pleased. It's better results on the men's side than we've had in a long time, since at
Long
least
time,
2004.
right? Right.
Um, uh, three pros competed, two
hmm
got medals.
Yeah.
Um, Richard showed he had the stuff. He
Yeah.
didn't win against Jalalov, but Jalalov is a mammoth of a man.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
He
that's
took
for
the
sure.
punches well, better after, especially after getting iced at the Worlds. Um, like it was some good bouts. I had to watch a lot of fights at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, it was a real pain.
Yeah.
I think I think Troy could have done better, but he settled into the pros already.
Right.
Um, Keyshawn, I I think Cruz has mastered amateur boxing. Three
Right.
rounds of boxing, doesn't really commit to a lot of shots. Keyshawn has settled into the pros. He punches to try to hurt you,
hmm
you know. Then he got countered with the right hand from Cruz a lot, but I expected Keyshawn and Cruz in the finals.
Right.
It's just been the worlds, the Pan Am. That's it's just those two. They're the top two in the world, and it'll always be that way. If they came back next Olympics, it's gonna be those
It's
two
gonna be the same.
again.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be close, like all
Uh,
their bouts.
I was really pleased with Duke.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, he
hmm
fought well, very well, but also he's kind of settled into the pros. He punches to hurt, and he was hurting some people too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, uh, I thought Tiger did well. Had some tough matchups very early.
Early.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
he didn't get a medal, but he had some tough matchups real early. Uh, I think we're in a good space. I
hmm
think we're in a very good space. I thought Jenny just tough matchup out the gate. Rashida tough matchup out the
Yep.
gate. Naomi tough matchup out the gate.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just they knew not to box with her. Just make it ugly, rough her up on that one. Yadi Sale, I didn't really expect much because I knew that she hadn't competed since the Olympic trials, so basically almost 2 years without
Right.
competition.
Right.
And then she got in the last minute.
Kind of, yeah, kind of last minute for there. You know.
Yeah, kind of in the last minute. So like no knock on her. I just didn't think, if you haven't fought in 2 years, going to fight the best in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I knew she going in that she was gonna have a tough time just getting acclimated to the whole game plan, just everything, the whole training behind it. You can't cut, kind of cut corners on that, and she just didn't have the start from the beginning. So, but she, match tough and went in there and did what she could do. You know, uh, just kind of going back, I think. You know, looking at the boxers post, the Olympics, kind of going forward, I think Duke got a big boost. I think a lot of fans in the pro game are gonna be looking out for Duke more than they would have before the Olympics. I think he is probably one of the ones that is gonna benefit just from being an Olympian, and his performance. I think a lot of people were following him. I saw Duke's name being tossed out in not Olympic circles, right? Just kind of sports and just general. His name was tossed out there. You had you know uh, talk shows where who was it?
She was Sugar
Sugar
Ray
Ray,
Leonard, yeah, and
Snoop.
Snoop. Yeah.
You got some figures that are bigger, outside of the boxing world that are saying his name, which is always helpful. I think it's a really good springboard for Duke to really take advantage. I think promoters going to be going to be able to move him up in the pros and just use that Olympic behind it. Keyshawn, I think Keyshawn did great. He looked spectacular. He was hurting
Yes,
boxers.
he was. Yeah.
You can tell he's an elite boxer, and he was able to switch it up from going from the pros, which is a whole different style, different type of boxing, go it back into the amateurs and essentially pick up where he left off, which is dominating and just being quick and he's a showman and I think that only benefits him going forward. Uh, Richard, I think answer a lot of questions. When you get stopped, you know, s-
In the
you know,
manner that he did.
exactly
Yeah.
getting taken out in a stretcher. Like difficult position to come back and to be able to go into the Olympics, pick up wins, and meet the boxer that did that to him. A lot of people have a little bit of a mental. I think he shined. I think he didn't get the gold medal, but I think Richard he's on the top of the world right now. He did good. He kind of avenged that loss that would haunt anybody. So I think he's getting past that. I'm curious to see what he does going forward. Do you think he sticks around? Do you think he goes pro? What do you think
It
Richard's gonna
sounds
have?
like he's going pro.
Mhm.
That's what it sounds like to me. Um, it sounds like maybe the top four, including Konkakayev, the one that Richard stopped from Kazakhstan. I think they all might be making that pro jump. And if so, the heavyweights look great. Jalalov being your top guy, Richard being your number two, Clark from Great Britain at three, and Konkayev at from Kazakhstan at four. I haven't been this excited about watching heavyweights in a long time. So,
Yeah,
so
no, that's gonna be a nice change of pace, and heavyweights transcend, the mainstream. They go, everybody wants to see a good heavyweight fight. So yeah, excited for them as individuals, as boxers, but for the sport as well. A lot of heavyweights garner a lot of attention, and that can only be a good thing for just the sport of boxing. So
yeah, so I feel like all of our men are either already pro or turning pro. Um, the women, I'm
mhm.
gonna assume O'Shea is the one that goes pro out of that
Right,
group. I
there was
feel
not yet.
Naomi is coming back around with another tour with W Cap, so I don't think
Mhm.
she can leave it like it was.
Right.
I just matter of fact, I was just talking to her coach right at the gym here. We're not gonna leave it like that. Just gonna come back and make another run at it. So I don't know what Jenny has planned, but the pros are
Hmm.
definitely an option for her.
Right.
Rashida would be a fantastic pro.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I would like to see her do
uh,
that.
Yadi Sales from a town where there is a lot of pros, so she might do it out there as well.
Yeah.
I just know I think Naomi out of that group is the one that's going to come back around. From the qualification team,
Hmm.
uh, Raheem is saying he's coming back around.
Right, right. And I thought he had mentioned he was going to go pro, but I guess maybe he just thought about it a little bit more. And I think it kind of suits him. I think he's really involved with USA Boxing. He was on the national team. He's already traveled and kind of knows the system per se. Because at the end of the day, the team did great. It looked good on Billy.
Yeah, it
As
really
the
did.
coach. So I'm assuming he'll stay put and go another run at it. And Raheem being just part of that system, I think it only benefit the team as a whole, him as an individual, and then just getting
Yeah,
another run at that.
I know Bruce announced his
Yeah,
his
I think
pro-
he's going pro in one of the cards. So he was going to go in the Wilder
yeah, but then
card
they
that got
made that
postponed.
an all heavyweight thing too. So it
Oh,
looks like
okay.
yeah,
So
I just looked at the card that they are gonna have.
okay.
It's all like the I think the top four bouts on there are all heavyweight bouts,
Mm.
which is
Yeah,
cool. So
yeah,
heavyweights got some juice. That means boxing has some juice.
exactly, exactly. It can only
Uh,
benefit. So yeah, that's good. I mean, like I said, I think I see O'Shea going pro. She just has. I think it's it's to their benefit to really. She has a great style that I think you can mold really good to be just an excellent pro. We saw Christina Cruz go pro recently. I think there is a certain time where you can benefit to go through. I think O'Shea is at the top. I think she achieved a lot. And has been in the system for quite a bit, which is, it's a grueling system. You travel all the time, you're away, you're Colorado Springs all the time, and maybe she wants to go that route. And Soul City, has a great reputation of getting pros to a high level and competing. They have Conwell and just many other boxers that they can do that. I think they're excited. I don't know anything. I don't know if they have announced anything per se, but I feel like that's the natural next step
yeah.
for her for O'Shea.
Then also who else said they're going pro from the qualification team? Joe. Joe said
Mm-hmm.
he's going pro,
Yep. Joe
which is
Hicks.
good. I feel like Joe is suited for the pro game very well.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I anticipate him doing some very good things in the
Yeah,
pros.
definitely, definitely. Joe, he's from Michigan. I've seen him compete in the Chicago area a couple times, and he's like a hometown boxer. He always going to be rooting for Joe, and I'm excited for him in the pros. I think there's a lot of opportunity, and being a part of USA Boxing, the USA team, Team USA, all that, it's beneficial. I think it'll give him a good start as he goes pro.
Yeah, there's some non-American boxers I was watching
Hmm.
that I was fascinated by. There's a Brazilian that fights 132, Beatriz Ferreira. Girl can punch. She's in your face. I don't know if she wants to go pro, but I'm praying she does.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
What
she's
weight
really
class?
good. 132, so she'll be
132.
Rashida's weight class.
Okay.
She ended up losing to Harrington in the
Oh,
from
Harrington. Yeah.
Ireland in the finals, but it was a good fight. She won the world championship in 19, Harrington won it in 20, or vice
Mm.
versa, one or the other. But it was a really good fight, real good competition. But I think Ferrero might be suited very well for professional boxing. I was impressed. Duke smoked him, but Taki
Mhm.
from it was Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah. That's who Duke fought for the bronze medal match.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
from
I
Ghana.
was I was impressed for that guy. Like very impressed by that guy. Got some quick hands. Duke was just better. Duke would, he got an
Yeah, yeah.
exchange with Duke, and Duke let him know what it is to be a pro boxer. He roughed him
Yeah,
up in the exchange. So,
nice.
but yeah, he's one of the ones I'm fascinated. I do not expect any of the Cubans to
Yeah,
go pro, but they did well comparatively to their last couple of Olympics. They got the most medals.
right.
Surprisingly,
Well,
Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan left with one each.
right. That was
Yeah.
surprising when I was looking at the medal count.
Yeah, I was expecting India to do much better on the women's side.
Right.
I was expecting Kazakhstan to do much better, but it's the Olympics.
Right.
Everybody's gonna bring their A game, and if
Oh
you
yeah.
just have a bad day, it's over for you. It's not double elimination. like our trials is one and done.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Which is, I mean, that's just that much more pressure on them. You got to really compete, perform, and you know, it's only 3 rounds, so you got to leave it
yeah,
all on the line right there.
all on the line. And so we're gonna move forward a little bit.
Mhm.
We're gonna go to stay in the international realm. Pan Am Games, youth Pan Am qualifiers in Guadalajara,
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah,
Uh, Chad Weigel was the head coach there.
yeah.
Big up to Chad. You did the thing, man. You
Oh
really
man,
did it. What
dominating.
they dominated.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
came out and just really put on the show, men and women.
Oh
It
yeah,
was awesome. Really liked so I really liked Jury was great. Of
oh
course, Kayla fights like Kayla 24/7. The bell rings, we start throwing punches.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like she
yeah.
shadow
Just
boxes all the way over to you. Uh she throws a lot of punches, man. She
yeah,
was great. I did I expected Jessica Guetta to get a gold, but the girl came and fought Jessica at Jessica's game like rough, real rough. The girl from
yeah,
Mexico
yeah.
was real rough. It was Faith did good.
Faith.
It was
Yeah.
yeah. And then on the
Everybody,
men's
I
side,
think
yeah, Steve Navarro
everybody,
was great. He got
Navarre.
drafted,
Yeah,
yeah, gold medal, got it right back up and went to work. I was like, man, it's amazing.
yeah. No, Julius Ballo did
Yeah, he was my
great.
favorite overall.
Yeah.
Julius
Okay.
Ballo was my favorite overall. He went to work. He was putting people down with body
Yeah.
shots. He
Yeah.
brought it. Yeah, he was ready. He
That
showed
that
up.
body shot was oh man,
Oh, it
I
was
thought
sick.
like,
Yeah,
oh, that guy, he was on the ground for like in the
yeah,
cabin for a little bit, like he's not gonna make it.
yeah. You
So,
saw
but
a soul leave his body for a second.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a good body shot, man. Yeah,
yeah, he had a great. I think his championship bout was a little close.
yeah.
I
It was.
even the commentators were thinking that it could have gone the other way. It was just a close bout. But I think you know Julius will benefit, but by just continuing to compete at the international, he has a lot of energy. He's quick. He likes to throw in combination. You know,
He fits the
he's a
international style. He
oh
very
a
yeah,
hundred
he
percent.
fits it. Yeah.
100%. And so, but we can go on with this team. This team was real good. Even like was it Quincy Williams?
Yeah.
He didn't get past his. I
His
don't think
first fight.
his first bout, but he looked great though.
Yeah,
I
he
was
did.
like he was real slick. He was putting the hurt on his opponent as well. It's just
Yeah.
it's just getting used to that international side, what they're looking for, and all that. But he looked good. You know, Steven Navarro
Oh yeah.
looked great, and a lot of support. I think a lot of the family members went out there and really were behind them as far as just competing, represent Team USA, which is good. I think to any boxer, if you have that support system, it just wants you makes you elevate your performance. And he did great. I was really happy with him when he got that medal. And like you said, Jury was impressive. I think she can continue to do great things at the international. It's a really good place to be as a boxer if you want to continue excelling and being part of the team. And um, you talked about Faith a little bit. Kayla was just dominating. She stopped two opponents, I think.
Yeah. First two. Yeah.
First two, and she was really just taking no prisoner. She was just going in there, and that's if us that we follow amateur boxing, that Kayla is always
Yeah.
110% ready to do
Yeah.
damage.
And if you want to fight with Kayla, you better have a big gas tank because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
she starts the bell rings, she's already throwing punches. She'll just
yeah.
walk over you, hands flying already. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I've
that's
had the privilege of working her corner more than once. She ding and then she'll just walk to you. Yeah. So yeah, she throws a lot of punches. And it's amazing how she go breathe for a minute, come right back, and she's able to do it again.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and another boxer that I was really glad that she was getting in some work there. You talked about her, Jessica Guerra. She
Yeah.
she looked really good. And sometimes here nationally, there's just not enough opponents for her to
Yeah.
continue working, right? So she was able to get two tough fights out there, get
Yeah.
back, said with the silver, but um,
And I just felt
there
that girl
was
from
real glimpses
Mexico
and
was
moments of just real good
I
countering.
personally felt she's better than that girl she lost to. But the girl just was rough, like just was a bully, and
Right,
and normally domestically, Jessica's the bully over the
right.
fighter. So she was like, it was kind of like fighting somebody in the mirror.
Right.
and it
Right.
kind of, I think it caught her off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
But she
She's gonna
brought
learn
it
off
on.
that. I
Yeah,
believe it.
I think she needs a lot more fights like that.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's exactly where I'm at. That's why I was happy to that I seen her a couple more girls in her bracket that she was able to put in some work in there because I think it's no there's really no knock on her. She works, she puts in a lot of work. She's always in the gym. It's just competitors, just need some boxers to really continue developing. Because everybody's still developing. Everybody's still gonna get better from this. They're only youth. So they just need bouts. They just need bouts to be able to do that, and it'll be to everybody's benefit, but especially Jessica.
and I believe most of them all jumped to the elite division in December.
Sounds
Uh,
right. It sounds right. I haven't looked at it
I know
closely,
for
but
sure Kayla's going
mm,
112. I'm assuming Jury's going because she might be toward the older end of the youth. Jessica
mhm.
should be going too. So they'll find, I think some Jessica might benefit greatly from going to the elite division where there's probably more
Right,
competitors, bigger, stronger women that she
right,
can't
right,
intimidate and push around. I think that's when we'll see her just get really good.
right. And it's not elite is what 132 and then 141. Is that how it goes? I can't
Uh,
remember
well, well, that was the next subject coming up. Was I Aiba has put out new weight classes.
Oh,
So
right. Hmm.
so one they're gonna put a 145 weight class in there,
Huh,
which
okay.
and then they're gonna make I think it's gonna go 38, 45, 56 or 54. I'm thinking 56. No,
Okay.
54. It's 54. It's 54. Yeah, because the numbers are back 45, 54. So yeah, they've added another division in there. Um, they've added some more on the men's side. I think they're gonna bring back 19 for the men, 19, 25, 32. They've bumped 78 down to 76.
Okay.
They've put like a 190 in there. I don't know it's
Hmm.
6 kilos heavier than 178. So I'm gonna assume about 190, like 12 pounds heavier. So about
Okay.
190 in there. So there's
Huh.
some new weight there's
There.
some new
Okay.
weight
Yeah. So
division.
I gotta get up to date with that because either way, where the weight division that Jessica is at, she'll be able to go up,
Yeah.
up or down, I guess, regardless, and still get some good competitive bouts. And that's kind of where it's nice to get those titles, those medals at junior and youth. Elites where it counts. Elites is
Yeah.
really gonna really shape where you're gonna go. If your target is Olympics or pros or whatever, you really need to set a tone at the elite level because for example, Kayla going up to 112 in the elite, you know, Charmaine Patricio's there, which is that's she's in another almost another level on her own, and she jumped. I want to say Charmaine jumped to elite and took the elite,
Yeah.
title on her first time going there. So that's impressive in its own.
Yeah.
Usually when there's a transition, I always feel like okay, the boxers who have already been there are able to kind of set a tone, get those wins early just with the experience. But is Kayla going to be able to do that? I think she could, but I think that this is the division where she's going to
Yeah.
really uh, develop into what she would look like going forward in the Olympics or pros or whatever. And I'm excited for that. Just
Yeah.
following her, all them
And
from the
then
lower
Heavens at 112 too. That we haven't seen
Evans at
her in a while.
112. Yeah,
But
and
yeah, that she's a monster,
one
So
twelve is tough, and
yeah.
I'm sure Kayla and every
Bombadia,
other
the
boxer.
other Hawaiian is there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they all look good now, and they look great, and definitely applaud their accomplishment. But this is where it counts, and it can only make just great bouts, great tournaments. You know, that's why the things that I appreciate amateur boxing that much more. You go in there in tournaments nationally, you're fighting whoever's in front of you. You don't get to pick and choose your who you're gonna fight. You can be fighting a guy with hundreds of bouts or whatever, and you just coming up to elite, and that's who you fight. And it really kind of, um, you know. It's a great format. That's one of the reasons that amateur boxing to me is just that much exciting because the bouts are elite level all the time.
All the time. Yeah. And then Now moving on to the Summer Festival
Mhm.
slash National Junior Olympics.
Yep.
Everybody's favorite tournament is the Junior Olympics.
Yep.
This year, the Summer Festival was added to the front end.
Yep.
So you had collegiate was added, elite was added, youth was added.
Mhm.
Uh, I was trying to get a chance to do interviews there, but I was super busy. I was
Yeah.
extremely busy, but I did get a chance to chop it up with uh Ferris Dixon. He said he's going pro.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah. Ferris.
I talked to Steve. Steve was telling me about being in camp with Burials. Like it was a good time
Yeah.
there, yeah. But
Nice.
it was a long tournament. I was there for
Yeah.
11 days.
Oh man, I was gonna say, yeah, it was 10. The tournament was 10 days, but there was a lot
Yeah.
of before and after, and yeah, that's, I mean, 2 weeks almost essentially of just constantly being there. And it must, you must have had no voice. You said, right? Came
The
coming back.
second day I yeah. The day I showed up, I was in D'Angelo Sanchez corner.
Yeah.
Then college started the next day. By the end of that day, I had no voice. I was at Walgreens. They give me all the cough drops you got. You know, it was one of those tournaments. The college division, not a lot of people showed up for that.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
mainly because college college students aren't at school in the summer. They go do internships, they go work.
Hmm.
Well, the academy, service academies, for the most part, run kind of college boxing, and during the summer, they're jumping out of planes. They're swimming with weird fish in the water. You know, they're doing all this training
All
because
type
of
of stuff. Right.
their military future. So a lot of them didn't come, but I did get a chance to take four
Okay.
four Air Force cadets down there. So two of them had to compete in the elite division because the other people that registered didn't show up. So that was an
Oh,
experience. Uh, one of I sat down in the corner, like, "Coach, is this round longer?" I was like, "Yes, it's about a minute longer. You got to keep going." So because college,
oh
they call
man.
it the 6 minute fraternity. They only fight 3 twos. Um,
Oh, gotcha. Mm.
yeah. So yeah, they they dove in head first.
Okay. Nice.
The
Nice.
the elite division was cool. I got to see Jennifer Lozano up close because I cornered against her with Aaliyah Pequeño.
Okay.
The girl can move. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Yeah, she can really move. And like, she just came faster and faster every round. They really, whoever's doing her strength and conditioning,
Mhm.
kudos. The
Yeah.
girl's got a gas tank from,
Always working. Every time I
bottomless. Yeah.
see, they always work. Coach is always, putting, videos of her just running or just whatever, and always working all the time. And that type of dedication, you'll start seeing those benefits. And well, you saw her across the ring, just quick and always having that, just being able to keep that pace up. And Jennifer Lozada has had, having a good run. She took gold, and then she won at national championships as well. So real good stretch. I think she's getting into a nice little groove, and she's going to continue going on. Now, there's no Eastern tournament this year, right? It's
No.
going straight to nationals. So
Yes.
so we'll see her back then at nationals, and I'm sure she's going to be the one the beat at 119. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Another one, we hadn't seen him in a long time, and everybody was trying to figure out why. Eli Langford from Georgia, he was
Right.
at basic training for the Army. He showed up with a Army W cap. They brought him out so he could try to make their team, and he won at 114.
Yep.
He's typically a 108. Um,
Yeah.
the guy tried to rough him up a little bit in the finals, but that was a young man we hadn't seen in a while, but he was trying to get his Army career started. He did
Mhm.
really well. Steve
Right.
Johnson got
Yep.
himself his first gold,
Right.
and
Right.
I feel like there's more to come out of him. Uh,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
confidence is really high. He's been invited to these pro camps with
Yeah.
some top names.
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to, and that 125 division was solid over there. Jermel Perellas was there.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was Demarone was there. It was a
Yeah.
really, really hot
Yeah.
125.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Johnson, he had to go 4-0, right? He had four. He fought the number one seed, Diego
Um,
Bengochea.
yeah. Yep.
He fought. You just mentioned Javier Samaron from Wisconsin, who's turned out to be a really, really good boxer, using his length well. He's aggressive. He doesn't mind exchanging right in front of you and going toe to toe. Steve Johnson, I think, is him and Harvey are the ones at that division that is going to see. We're going to see who comes out of there. You know, who I'm sure we'll see them meeting up again, and but Johnson, you can't take it away from him. He had a great tournament. He talks the talk, and he loves the whole team is very much
Yeah.
wants you to know that he's the one to beat,
And
and
they're
he'll
going to
take it.
Disney World, apparently. Big Steve said they're going to Disney World.
There you go, there you go. So yeah, that was a good. At the elite, I was making sure that I check out that 125. Like you said, it was packed. I did see the Eli Langford when you had mentioned it, so I started to keep an eye on him. I interviewed Floyd Diaz
Yeah, cash flow. Yeah.
a couple years, yeah, and he said that his toughest fight was Eli Langford. That's why I like that.
Extremely fast hands. Extremely fast hands.
So that was great, and I do recall that he did go into the forces, and so I was like, okay, he probably came back in some sort of format with WCAP or something. So good to see him back there. It was I don't know. I want to say he won, competed what 2-3 times or something to
Yeah.
get that medal. So that was good to see it. Um, yeah, the elite.
Hey, is Zamarone is from Texas.
Well, you know what?
He always with the South Texas shirt on. So I'm like,
Yeah, he does have, which is strange because I know he trains at UCC with
yeah,
Blancas and that whole team, and I would say he's out here in Wisconsin, but
okay.
I'm not
I got just because he had on a South Texas shirt. I remember.
and I was like, wait,
I
am
thought
I
he was
looking at
from
the right
Texas.
guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I thought he
but
was from Texas, and the only way I identify him now is his hair.
yeah,
Like his hair sticks out his hair, so I kind of spot him with his
you got the
hair.
trademark.
Yeah, but it was a good term. Not a lot of elites there. It
No,
wasn't.
no, no. There was, I mean, on the female side, had a really, he's been having a good run. She has been having a good run. Is Neida Ibarra from
Yes, yes,
Oklahoma.
yes.
Good,
Yeah, she did have a very good run. She had a good run at the Golden Gloves as well. So
the Golden Gloves. I think she just kept that and went forward because at the JOs or Summer Festival, she only fought one time, but she
yeah,
did take the gold. But we'll talk a little bit further. But Golden Gloves,
yeah, she did
stood
good.
out, stood
Yeah,
out.
not a lot there for the elites at the summer festival, but the youth
Yeah,
was made a real good showing. I
really good.
was I was in a couple really hard fights where I felt like I'm gonna faint at the end of this. Um, but Sierra did. She's back on the winning track. Thank God. We're there. Uh,
Yeah, I saw that.
Ari Carrasco.
Yeah.
There's one I don't have to worry about. It's like, hey, Ari hurt her. Okay, I got it. I got it. She's fine. But uh,
Yeah.
I didn't get to see a lot of fights from the youth division because that for me that was my busiest
That was it.
division. Yeah, I was very 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 busy on the youth end, but it was a good tournament.
Yeah.
It was very very exciting. There was a lot of girls getting stopped that
Yeah.
first 2 days. I think there were some
Yeah.
girls just getting stopped. JJ was out there handing out bodies that second day. I think. Yeah,
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
on it.
No.
Yeah,
There was. Yeah. The ones that were there, the do work. They were there to do that. They were messing around and like you say, youth. Was it? Celine Perez and Alyssa Mendoza were at the finals at 125. That was a good matchup. You talk about Sierra, which is that was a third time facing Jayla Smith, and she made some adjustment, looked great, and I'm sure they'll be matching up again coming in national. So, which is great. That's the only way you get better.
yeah. I
You have
actually think they're going in two different directions. Sierra should be going down in 25. That's the
okay,
discussion.
okay,
I
well,
think JJ's a naturally bigger person because when
yeah,
they
I
got
could
in the
see that.
ring, JJ was real big. Like, don't stand
Yeah.
there and fight her. But
And maybe I think that's maybe what surprised Sierra, just the size, size,
yeah,
the natural size difference was there. But Ariana Carrasco is always good seeing her. What was one of the things, that last name that I can't pronounce, the Ryan Zem.
oh yeah, the Aztec man from New York. Yes,
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 The
Ryan
entire
Z.
family, all four of them,
Everybody left with
got gold.
gold. Yeah,
You know,
everybody
like if
left with
there was a
gold.
team trophy, like give it to them because
Yeah,
that's just crazy. From all the divisions going up, to be all at that just that focus and to be able to get that gold. You know, Ryan's division at 132. I mean that was kind of
uh,
stacked, so it was well deserved for that whole
one of
team
my
right there.
favorite fights to watch was 108 finals. It was Andy Pettis from El Paso and Terry Washington from San
Terry
Bernardino.
Washington. Yep.
Yeah, it was a rematch of one of their other fights. Terry won this one at the
Mhm.
Summerfest. He adjusted well uh, with the in and out movement. That was a very very exciting fight. Pettis lost a point on a foul, I think in round two, later round
Mm.
two,
Okay.
punched to the back of the head. A little frustration showed there. Um, but yeah, that was a very exciting fight. Both teams were all the way up for it. Um, they brought it. They brought
Yeah.
it. You know, you could have swore they were the main event somewhere. They really brought. They really brought it.
Nice, nice. That's good to see it. You know, and the junior, there was a couple. You know, like Jesus Martinez came back, and
Yeah.
he was just having a great showing. Just real precise. You know, imposing, and just he went 4-0. Got the gold there. Jazeer Junior had a great finals with Thomas
Yes.
Covington.
Yeah.
Took the W there. Uh, Javier Bocanegra and Emmanuel Carrillo also
Yeah.
had a great
Really
tournament.
good tournaments. Yeah.
Carrillo took the W there. So just great fights on the female side. Kayla Pruneda continued her winning ways, winning over Aubrey Muniz,
Yeah.
which was a good fight there. Perla Basaldua from California also did good. Two of the Griffith sisters from New York also got gold. I mean, and I didn't see this bout, which I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of it. Shamirico Hardaway and Gabriela Telez.
Oh yeah.
I
I
believe they
saw that
fought.
fight. It was a
Okay,
good
at
fight.
138.
Yeah, it was a
Right.
very good fight. Um, I feel like G- Gabby Tejas is coming into her own. For a long time, she was just kind of in reign of shadow,
Right.
but now
Right.
she's finally, going through it on her own, making
Right.
a name for herself. So, and Shamirico, that was a good fight. That was a very good fight. The pace was a little slower than I wanted, but they were
Hmm.
trying not to make mistakes because either one of them could have capitalized on a mistake
Right.
from the other. That was a good fight. Uh, I don't know where they're gonna go as far as they're gonna be a 38 junior
Right.
one more year, both of them, I believe.
Hmm. Sounds
So
about right.
I'm gonna yeah, anticipate seeing that matchup at least two or three more times, especially if we get back on track in 22 with the Western and the Eastern.
Yes, Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah, I anticipate seeing them at least two or three more times. They're both head and shoulders above everybody else in that
Right.
division.
Right. Right. There's
Um,
there's a couple coming up there, but yes, definitely those are the two names you want to keep up with at
uh,
138.
yeah, I was very busy in the intermediate division
Yeah,
as
immediately
well.
there was the
Yeah, man, there were some surprises there. There were some kids that fought 90 in Shreveport that moved up to 95, and they both made it far in the tournament. I was talking to Nino McCallum, who made it to the
Dana
finals,
McCallum, right?
and Moises Rodriguez, who lost in the semifinals to the eventual winner Noah,
Hmm.
who's I've just literally watched these last two tournaments come into his own
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. He's looking
Noah
really good.
Arroyo, yeah, he's looking real good.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of surprises down there in the
Yeah.
intermediates. Yeah.
At the intermediate, the kid that I was looking at was Salim Ellis Bay from
Oh
Pennsylvania.
yeah. Oh
Oh man,
man.
he looked really good. Went 5-0. He
Yeah.
had a
I
long
went up and shook
tournament.
his hand. I was like, Salim, you got it,
Yeah,
kid. You can fight. Yeah. I've
yeah.
been kind of watching him for a couple years. For some reason, I always looking at him because he's ranked right around where Terry was ranked, and
Hmm.
but we never he won't be at a tournament and we would, or we wouldn't be at a tournament, but we're a little like a year older. But I
Hmm.
finally got to see him in person really do it, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kid,
yeah.
he's got the business. He's really with it. He's really good. He can really
Right,
fight.
right. Yeah, him and his dad coach, they really got something good going. And every time I check the tournament, when I look at the lower weight, the lower divisions, intermediate and such, I make sure to keep an eye on him because always bringing it, and he's like I say, it's early, it's intermediate, but
Yeah.
you can really tell he's really comfortable in there, and see him. I've seen a couple of club show bouts. He's always staying active. I think he just fought yesterday, so he's always active. Really, uh, you know, really dedicating himself to the sport, which is only good things are going to come out. So definitely somebody that I'm going to continue looking at. But he had a great junior Olympic
He
tournament.
did. Some of the even younger kids, I just kind of expect Team Cartel to come run all the younger kid divisions.
Yeah,
um, uh,
Khalil. I mean,
Khalil Harvey by far.
Harvey.
Yeah, kid can
He's
he can
exciting.
really fight. Yeah, he can really
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
He's
He
they
has a
interviewed
real.
him there, very charismatic, but like he knows he's good at what he does.
Yeah,
Nolan Huntley,
Tony Huntley. Oh,
man, he's that kid can fight. He's
yeah.
rough too. Don't you can't he can box, but then if you like, I'm gonna go smother him, he'll
Yeah.
toss you around like kid.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's, I've seen some footage of him training. Like he really kind of is developing that brawler, but he can box you too. And having practicing both, training in both kind of styles is only going to benefit you. You can get somebody who's slick, you can box with, but if somebody tries to get rough with him, you're probably going to wish that he didn't do it. But
Yeah,
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 Hundley he's one of them kids you would definitely want to keep an eye on. That because all those teams, they already got boxers that are older that are kind of working with the younger kids, and you train 3 4 5 days a week, you're gonna pick something up.
yeah. And then we're moving on to the National Golden Gloves.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
was so weird for me to be talking about Golden Gloves in August when Golden Gloves is normally done around May.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
normally done around May. Normally about this time of year, you start talking about, let's go to the PAL. That's that's what you're talking about.
yeah,
No, I'm not getting
yeah,
ready for the Golden Gloves. Uh, this was a good tournament, a little late
yeah,
in the year, but you still had some guys making their first go at the elites with Andy Pettis winning at 108. Texas
yeah.
took
And
7 golds, man.
man,
Yeah.
Texas, they're always there performing. They're always there at the finals. But yeah, I want to was it 6 7? I can't remember,
I
but I
think it
know
was
it was a lot.
7. I think it was
And
7 because I think the smaller weight classes, they just dominated.
yeah,
Uh,
oh,
Figo fought Salam Gonzalez in the
yeah,
finals.
in the
That was
finals, yeah,
a good fight, and Salam is
solid, but
a real good fighter,
right, right,
and Figo took it to him. That was a really good fight. So I was very impressed with Texas. Raul Marquez's son, Giovanni
Giovanni,
Marquez, yeah,
Giovanni,
wins.
yeah,
Yeah,
and took an award. I want to say
and
he
took
took
yeah,
the
outstanding
maybe
male
I don't know,
boxer.
was it outstanding? Yeah,
Yeah, he got outstanding male boxer. He did really, really good.
yeah, yeah. So a couple of his bounce.
Yeah, Herman Lopez was another one.
Mhm.
Man, Texas brought it.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They showed why they've been a powerhouse in the amateur boxing and the national level here in the U.S. You can't really go to a tournament, a national tournament, and really, you'll see a boxer from Texas with a big team, and they're always ready to work, right? Ready to work. So that was good to see, expected. But on the I gotta shout out my our local boxer here, Vershawn
Rashawn
Lee.
Lee, he had a
Is
great tournament.
He's been having a great year,
Yes, he has. Yes, Rashawn Lee
and
had
he
a really good
actually,
tournament.
he had the finals against Hernandez out of
Yes, yes.
Florida, and that was a rematch from nationals,
Yeah, and
and
then that semifinals was also a rematch. Was it Angel Hernandez and Jorge
uh,
Carlos?
yes, Jorge
Yeah,
Colors. That
yeah,
was another. That was
yes, that was 138 was a real hot
it
division.
was real good, and Rashawn is really just coming into his own right now. I'm really glad a lot of the local media outlets are picking him up as far as telling his story and what he's accomplished. It's always good to see the community seeing what's happening in their backyard. So Rashawn Lee working out there, the whole team, Coach Vesey and all them, really doing their thing with Vershawn. So glad to see that. But Obed Bartiel out of
Yeah,
Alabama had a solid
Had a
solid
solid
tournament.
tournament. I
He
think
had
he
a
lost.
real close fight with Jamar Pemberton out of Missouri. I don't know if you saw that fight.
Yes, I
Real
did.
close. Could have gone either way, I think. But Obed got the win there, and then he matched up against Jordan Panthen out of Hawaii, who
Yeah,
impressive. He's also very like throws a lot of punches and ended up winning. And
yeah,
and he got the Golden Boy Award, I think,
yeah,
or some sort of award he also picked up. So at 165. So good,
yeah,
good, good tournament.
yeah. Very good tournament. Very good tournament. Abel Gonzalez wins at 178.
Uh-huh.
And see who's the 201, 201. Corey Gibson, also from Texas. I'm assuming he was a football player before because I saw him. I was like, yo, that's a big side of beef. And it's a big dude. It's a big side
Oh
of beef.
no.
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah,
dude. Yeah.
dude.
Then on the super, Skylar Lacey out of Indiana won. The women's side was solid too.
Yeah, yeah. There was some
Uh,
solid bouts there.
there's some solid bouts. Some names lost. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. But we just touched on it, but I gotta say, Neida Ibarra is the one that I just like.
yes,
First of all, she had the whole crowd behind her. She had that home field advantage, if you will,
yeah,
and got the outstanding female. Had she beat Amy Minter out of California, currently number one out there.
yeah,
Beat her, I want to say, first or second bout,
yep.
and then she ended up. Neda had a great bout against Carmona Montserrat. I thought that was probably one my favorite performance of Neda because Carmona or Montserrat, she really brought it. She's real skilled as well, and Neda was able to figure it out. She took it, but that's what made it exciting. So for that reason and more, she got the outstanding female. Nada did, so it was good to see. And in Oklahoma, and I want to say her gym is the one that put the or was hosting the tournament over at
Yes.
the engine room. So it makes it even more
Uh,
enjoyable.
152. Stephanie Simon.
Yep.
She won. She got the outstanding boxer. I think she got one of the awards on
Right.
that side.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Semifinals. She fought Shariah Maru, and I didn't think it was the greatest looking fight. It was like a foul fest in that one, but she
Mm-hmm.
was Simon is very strong, and she pulled that one out. And then she fought Morgan Farrell
Yep.
in the finals, and then she did better there with a
Mm-hmm.
5-0 decision there. It was
Right.
solid.
Right.
Um, yeah, this was a good tournament. I was like I said, it's weird being this late in the year
Mhm.
doing Golden Gloves. I was like, we should have been done with this.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I like following it. The tournament, I try to get a glimpse of as many boxers as I could. I saw, Giovanni Marquez. Saw some of him. He was pretty good. Local boxer from Michigan, Joseph Nelson, just big heavyweight. Had some good rounds in there. Heavyweights are always interesting because you never know. You got to take a shot. And they're always throwing big bombs. So and
Yeah,
and
every
so
punch is
always check it
big.
out. So it was great to see. The tournament looked like it was held pretty good. Like everything wasn't a well organized tournament is always good. It just makes for the whole thing to feel good. The crowd was amped. I think the local promoter, whoever put it together, just did a good job to get the community in there because every time we see the camera, like it was a packed house there. So. Uh, it was good to see a lot of the elites putting in some work, and a lot of them are going to be hungry to, nationals, the just to keep going.
And
Wisconsin had a great team
they should
that
be.
went up there.
I think this year a lot of the kids coming from youth to elite
Yep.
are gonna have to start positioning themselves for 24 in Paris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So depending on which weight classes they do, I believe Worlds is in November.
Yes, I think I want to
So
say it's in November.
so of course they're gonna try the new weight classes at Worlds, and then we come right back around for ourselves at the. We're going back to Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, for U.S. championships, and then fingers crossed, we're back on a regular schedule come March, April time frame for a Western qualifier. I'm not sure if we're back in Reno or not,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
wish they had announced right now
Yeah,
where we're going.
yeah, that would be nice. Now, coming up, what do we have? Do we have the National Silver Globes coming up soon?
Silver Gloves is next week or week after? Next week?
Okay, all right. So that because I knew there was a lot of the tournaments just got kind of all lumped into like
Yeah, they
this
get
eight
stuck together.
month or 8 week period or whatever. But so we're gonna see a lot of the young boxers competing there for silver ghost titles, just getting ready, and then they gave us all these tournaments at once, and then we have a little bit of a break as we get to December. But we do have the Pan Am's in Colombia. Is that I want to say that's next month? I haven't
That
really
should be
checked.
next month. Yeah. But they
So
didn't
that's
take
up.
all the weight classes, so I wonder what they're gonna do with the ones that are on the high performance team,
Yeah.
but aren't in the Olympic weight classes there. And then I don't know, have they announced they're gonna have a PAL or anything? PAL's normally
Have
October, November.
yeah, I haven't seen anything. But it's just something to kind of try to keep up with, keep posted to see how you would assume that something would start being mentioned now to get everybody ready and situated because it's a whole process to get out there. You got to start booking rooms and
Yeah,
such.
yeah.
You know.
I USA Boxing has this hotel locator in their
Mm,
app thing with
okay.
awesome discounts. So
Awesome.
yeah, I don't know what weight class my fighters are fighting in come December, but my rooms are bought. So
Nice, nice.
yeah, so we
That's
had to
good.
buy them early. I'm excited for the local shows to get going because this is how clubs make money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We just fought at an awesome show in Greeley, Colorado, like about a week ago.
Mhm.
AJ Vasquez put it on. Then I was at another show yesterday. I was just watching. I wasn't coaching yesterday. Uh, Went at Santiago's, and
Oh
they
okay.
threw it right there in their gym.
Nice.
So you of course you got to see Troy Nash fight. You got to see Jerron Penrose fight, or
Mm-hmm.
Deron Penrose fight. Um, Yoruba Maru coming back off of injury. He
Right.
fought.
Right.
He didn't win, but he fought very good.
Okay.
Especially he's only been in the gym like a short period of time. But
Hmm.
yeah, the local shows. This is how teams make money. How we can take 10, 12 kids that aren't ours biologically to a show or to a tournament. It's because we've raised money
Right.
at these shows or
Right.
selling enchilada plates. So
Yeah, you see a lot of those, and
yeah,
they grind. They try to make it happen because a lot of these shows, here in Illinois, they're starting to get going. Private shows. I think there's a show next week, Friday, and then I think the schedule's starting to have a couple more shows and tournaments that they typically have, which is good. Like you said, that's where they get the funds to fund all this and be able to travel. And you got to give it up to all the coaches that train at this grassroots level because that's where all the boxers that end up wearing Team USA start. They start with all this, and there's a lot that goes behind it. I don't have to tell you, but there's a lot of time, a lot of dedication, just sacrificing things and such to be able to go ride 3-4 hours or whatever to get to a
yeah.
turn just to get work for
Yeah,
the kids
and
to
some of
develop.
these places are a lot farther than I was so used
Oh
to
yeah.
going and living in El Paso, Texas. Oh, the fight's on the east side. Okay, that's a 30-minute drive. Here in Colorado, the fight's in Greeley. Man, that's 2.5 hours. It's just so bad driving up there.
Yeah, no, we had one of our gyms out here, Charlie Co. They drove up to Greeley. That's got
Yeah,
to
they were
be
there. Yeah,
six,
they were
seven
there. I
hours.
saw them there. It was a
Yeah,
yeah, it was a very good show. Had nice belts, says awards, even though
yeah, yeah.
I'm more of a trophy certificate handshake kind of guy. But yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
work,
No,
big
hey,
venue, really big venue. So it
nice,
wasn't super hot in there.
sweet.
AJ put on a really, really
AJ,
good show.
yeah, he's a solid guy right there. He does it for the kids. You know what he's about. He's a great guy, and always putting these shows, and it's tough. People who don't know what goes into putting in shows. It's a lot of funds, a lot of things that need to happen. Everything has to, booking location. Sometimes booking changes or location changes for whatever reason. stressful,
Yeah.
and they're doing it voluntarily, like they're doing it because they want to do it, and pretty much the reason that things get done because you want to do this. You want to,
Yeah.
you make sure that things are done so the kids can put in some work, and you never know. A lot of these kids, could be national champions or go beyond, and you guys had a little bit to do with that, so that's great. So always commend all the coaches that do that, put shows in.
Yeah, and college boxing kicks off next month, so I'm going to
Mhm.
be extremely busy. So I'm going to try to do the show as much as I can when
Yep.
I can. But yeah, we got Friday in-house show next Friday, but then we're going to Navy to
Mhm.
fight Navy at their house the day before September 11th. And then
Okay.
of course the Army Navy football game's always it
Right.
is on September 11th, so it's going to be a big deal. And then we got some shows coming up with Detroit and stuff like that. But then when we fight Army in November for the next 2 years, it's going to be at Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, it's
Yeah, so
nice,
we
nice
always fight the day before the game. So hopefully,
stuff.
people in the Dallas area come out and they show them. I know you guys are football people in Texas, but come out
Yep.
the day before for the boxing and stuff, and
So
yeah,
that's
show.
that's that's nice. That it's a great opportunity to get a lot of new people to watch this great sport, and the kids putting it all on the line. So that's great. Excited. That's great news.
Yeah, so college hasn't really fought in about 2 years, so it's exciting. Glad to be back.
Mhm.
I actually got to work for my money now. So
Uh,
we're back at it.
yeah.
If people get a chance to ever catch college boxing, but you
Mhm.
don't have a long time to sit and watch fights, go watch college. The fights are a lot faster. 6 minutes. That's 6 minute
Definitely, definitely. I
fraternity.
want to
Yeah.
say I saw a couple of fights on, was it Ring City,
Ring
USA or
City, yeah,
something?
USA,
They had
yeah.
a show out there, and then before the pro fights, I think they had some
Yeah.
collegiate bouts in there.
Yeah, well, they were actually in-house bouts, I think, for the most part. So it was
Oh,
Army
okay,
versus Army. That's the West
right,
Point show,
gotcha.
but we do get to fight them at Cowboy Stadium this year.
Awesome.
Think College Nationals is in Louisiana
Mm.
as well. Well, it was supposed to be last time, so no telling this time. But
Yeah.
finally back to work. So
Yeah, no, I mean, which is, I mean, we had a good stretch of just a lot of tournaments, a lot of boxers that are going up in division, changing weight classes, or coming back to elite, starting in elite. Just a lot of great names to keep up with.
yeah,
So
I'm very excited about what this group, post Olympic group, has
yeah,
to offer because now, yes, we're already a year into it. We got to start getting ready for 2024.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
I
get all,
know the Olympics were yesterday, but
yeah,
yeah, we're already started
literally.
because they're a year late. We're already started trying to get
Yeah,
ready for
I
24.
always get a little bit nervous thinking about, like, it's already going on. This is not 2020, even though just happened. The Olympics did, but teams are ready. Teams are working, and even when we send our best team out there, you still have to be competing at that level. You have to be working well, and I'm assuming they'll have a same system where they have trials and the
So
collect
I
team.
don't know if 22 is the year you start. When did we start?
Uh,
18 last time. So
I want to say
22
so.
should be Eastern, Western, Eastern should get your shot at U.S. championships. I'm not for sure, so don't quote me on this, but U.S. championships in December 22 should be your first two seats for the trials and at the end of 23.
Right, right, and
So it's time.
yeah, no, it's definitely time, and the ones that are looking to get those spots, they're already working. They're already putting in that work because they know that time's going to go by quickly, and they just want to be ready. It seemed like this last Tokyo Olympics have been going on forever. Like, we've been constantly talking about the qualification teams. Like, I mean, we got to flip that page like right away. Like,
Yeah.
that's done. You know, like you said, it'll be interesting to see who's coming back to try to get a spot. But there's going to be a lot of vacant spots as well. A lot of open spots. A lot of with a lot of elite boxers that are doing real good. That they really have to start going a little bit beyond to get that spot. And everybody wants to go to the podium in the Olympics. And this is a time when all the elite should know that. So we'll it'll be exciting to see how that play out.
Well, it's been a great show. It's been great talking to you. We kept it down to about an hour last time.
It was wild.
We
I
had a
saw
marathon session last time, but maybe next time we'll do another marathon session.
Right.
But we had a lot to talk about. We covered
Right.
a lot
Yeah.
it was just a lot going on. Very condensed, like you said, 8 weeks
Yeah.
of busy,
Mm.
busy, busy. And
Right.
I don't know
Right.
if you got a chance to watch Schoolboys and Schoolgirls. So that's basically the junior
Oh, that's right.
internationals over in Europe. That was
Yeah.
pretty good. Uh,
Okay.
I kind of feel like it's necessary to keep an eye on them early now.
Oh, no,
Uh,
I think so. I think that's a great idea to be
yeah,
able to do that. See what they're coming out. It's a different style. I mean,
yeah. They're pretty good. They've got
yeah.
Rush. I think Russia took the overall title. Ukraine was second, and I believe it was Armenia was third. But yeah, it was a good little show. Uh, a lot of boxing. They covered it well. Um, a lot of skills. They fight much different
Hmm.
than we do on
Yeah.
U.S. soil,
Right.
mainly because I believe they don't have pros to look up to.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
don't.
it's mainly just strictly amateurs and perfecting that style. That's why it's a lot of in and out, a lot of movement. Just a lot of just moving around and jumping around instead of you know just pro style. Staying on your punches, trying to hurt the other opponent. It's all about collecting points and you know they're quick. They're
Yeah, they're
fast,
super fast. Yeah, super fast.
super fast. So
Uh,
when you're out there swinging and they're already on the other side, it's like, oh, what
yeah.
happened?
So, what is your next series you're gonna put out with 3 rounds?
You know what? We're gonna be revamping the trust the process.
Okay.
We've been shouting out a lot of boxers, rightfully so. We're gonna continue doing up next and everything else that we do. But I think we're gonna do a little extra for the coaches too. I think they put in a lot of work and so we'll be contacting a bunch out there. Just keep in tune, and then we're going to be highlighting some bouts from these past tournaments. It's just been rush, 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 trying to
Yeah.
collect as much data and stuff. But we're going to start looking at some of our favorite fights from the JOs, from the Pan Ams, from the Golden Gloves, and just put in some of the bouts that just kind of stood out to us a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, and then since me and you text about it,
Mhm.
Abdullah Mason's going pro. As we announced, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Jay
yeah, yeah.
Prince
I made up.
signed him. Yeah, me and you were speculating because Idiate
Yeah,
went, even though he lost to
yeah,
him. But yeah, we were kind of me and you were both speculating, and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And matter of
yeah.
fact, I think Ferris Dixon's one. Man, he turning pro. I was like, he is. Yeah, and then we texted, and yeah, and sure
Yeah.
enough, Jay Prince announced that Abdullah Mason, who took
Mhm.
outstanding boxer down the Shreveport at 141 youth,
Right.
is going pro. So
Yeah, definitely going
we
pro.
knew it.
Excited. Yeah, yeah. We kind of had an idea, and because you dominate that much, how he did at nationals. You wanted to see him again, and it's like, wait, you were looking for him, you didn't see him, and the only reason I feel that a boxer, given the opportunity to compete internationally with Team USA and doing all that, if he's skipping that, it's got to be for a big reason. And I'm excited to see him. He has everything as far as he has a great starting point to be molded into a really solid professional boxer. He can fight. He wants to fight. Jay Prince has had a good run developing some great boxers. I think it's a great setup. Excited to see him come out and put on a show and let the rest of the boxing fans see what they were missing at the amateur level with the Blue Dula Mason. Just a great, excited for him. So and we were talking about it. We knew it. Something's
Yeah,
happening.
we knew it. Yeah, we
Something's
knew it.
happening.
We knew it. All right.
Yeah,
With that said,
we-
we're gonna cut this one short because my computer's about to die. I forgot to plug it in.
All right, we'll do it again. Jab in 3 rounds. We'll keep it going.
All right, sounds good, man. Nice talking to you.
Yep.
All right.